Hello and good morning. In fact, today is a really good morning. Just take a look. It's a lot of sun, but the weather is pretty cool. The reason is last evening we got a medium strength thunderstorm with rain. It's not a lot of rain, but it did help. Like around this time, this place usually becomes so hot that it's kind of impossible to finish my walk, which is 30 minutes. But today I feel really great, and I don't know, maybe I slept very good last night, and when I woke up I saw the morning, so I came here, although I had no intention to come here today, because I told you yesterday that it might be warm or hot, or I might have to face some sun time, if you will. Now, if you've been following my vlog for a couple of days, you probably know that during this time I talk about random stuff. It's not strictly education related, but other stuff. So today, when I was coming up here, I thought, you guys, when I go to sleep, I come up with an idea like, okay, tomorrow if I go for a walk, I will touch this subject, or I'm gonna say something about it. But in the morning, when the morning comes, I forgot everything, and when I finally came up here, I saw that my whole head is empty. That's a good thing. Sometimes you have to remove everything. I mean, not physically, but like mentally. You have to unplug. You have to remove yourself from this urban jungle, if you will. You'll feel a lot better. Now, today I'm gonna talk about my own health. As a guy who is in his early 50s, it's very important that I take good care of my health, my physical health, my mental health, and you get the point. So this is a part of maintaining my physical health, which eventually will improve my mental health, and if God willing, then I might live a long life, or I might die today, who knows. This world is full of uncertainty that you can't really give someone 100% assurance that okay, I'm gonna do that. The fact is, you might not be able to live to see the other day. Always remember, like this morning, in everybody's life, there will be one morning that will be his or her last morning. Just remember that. And I see my mom. She's 75, and she has, well, let's just say she's very scared when it comes to death, and fear of death is pretty common when you grow old, like when you like 70 or 75, 80 years old. I think the fear of death or fear of unknown is pretty rational. What do you think? Okay, so leave that subject for a moment, and Uh, let's get back. Let's get back to me. See, in my whole life, I led a healthy life. I ate healthy stuff. Uh, no junk food, no sugar, no cold drinks, no processed food. Uh, those are are the silent killers. People think that, okay, I'm gonna have a giant pizza or fried chicken, maybe something. Those are the food you have to watch for. If you can avoid this kind of processed food, and there's a chance that if you live longer without any health complication. Okay, so fix your eating habit. That's the first step. You have to do a lot of stuff to be the best version of yourself, but we have to start at some point. So choose your own point. In my case, I gained a significant amount of weight after I got married second time, and the reason is my first wife, we got a messy divorce and everything, and it took like 3 years to settle the case, and I had to spend a lot of money because that's what guys do when it comes to divorce. I had to pay child support, it was a lot of money. After that, what I did, 10 years, I was afraid to marry, actually. I mean, people think like women or girls, they are, nice and everything, but when you start to live with one of them, you will see that they are not different than you and I. They have their good side, they had their bad side, they had their worst side. I just hope and pray that everybody who is going to get married in the future have a good life. But sometimes it's not possible. So what are you gonna do? My philosophy is, if I can't, how do I put it? If I can live my life with someone peacefully, then what's the point of staying with that person? If we fight like every morning, every evening, every day, every week, then I think it's better to let that person go from your life, because she or he is not serving the ultimate purpose. So now I'm going to touch another thing, which is marriage. I know marriage seems very applicable to young people. They believe in love and everything. However, I don't think I actually believe in love, because it's all a show. As long as you have money, enough money to shut your wife's mouth, there will be no problem. There could be problem, but money, when it comes to marriage life, money is very important, because you may live a humble life and you may live a modest life, but your wife, she can be from another planet. And when I say another planet, I mean she can be a shopaholic, or she can have other bad habits that you might not know. For example, think of yourself living in New York City, and your wife wants a Louis Vuitton or some fancy purse or dress which costs like 10-20,000 of dollars. Now, don't you think it's a bit extravagant for normal people like you and me? Of course. So that is what happened in my first marriage. After 10 years of marriage, I finally realized that I can't. This is not the person for me. Maybe she's okay for another person, but she is not my type. And when I realized that, and our fighting started to take place more frequently, I decided to call it off. Call the marriage off. So I told my dad that I don't want to live with this woman anymore. I want freedom. And oh boy, I got a lot of freedom. In fact, after I took a break for 13 years. I was single. After my first marriage, I was single 13 years. And this 13 years, however, was the best days of my life. I did whatever I want to do. I did everything. If you can think of, I did it. I lived my life the way I wanted to always live my life, without any rules. And after coming out of a divorce, I was a bit upset. I don't know why. I should be happy, but I got a little depressed. And my depression phase started from then. So I wasn't sure. I was young, very I think the story I'm telling you is took place 20 years ago, so it's a long time. So what happened after the divorce? I became completely free. My mom and dad, they leave me alone. So I started to, self-reflect, like what to do, where to go. My first reflex was, hell, I'm not going to do anything. That's it. I'm done. I do have the luxury of not working, and so life was pretty smooth for me. And around that time, I got lots of girlfriends also. Although there were some women, there were some girls, and at different ages, I dated all of them. All of them. Took them to the movies, took them to the fancy dinner, but that's it. I didn't do anything else. I'm a very gentleman and all. And speaking about gentle, the other day, what happened was, when I answer a question in the group, first I think, then I type, then I check the grammar, and then I see that if everybody will be okay with the post, because sometimes people ask about religion or specific country, and everybody is so protective of their religion and country that I try not to touch those subjects, because somewhere someone might be offended or something. That is the reason. So what happened, one guy, I know where he's from. I'm not going to disclose the country, because then I don't do that. I'm not saying that the individual, that particular person who had who fight with me that day, he was from a certain country. Now, I've been to that country, and those people, in every country there are good people and there are bad people. This is the, what do you call it, a delicate balance. If there's good, there's bad. If there's black, there's white. So, you can't eliminate bad things ever in this, from this country or world. There will be bad people no matter what, just like there will be good people. So there's a balance there, you see. Now if you look closer to everything, you'll see that every single stuff in the nature or where you live has a balance. Even a person personality has certain balance. Like for example, me, I can get very mad with someone, or I can get very good with someone. It depends. If I see my mood is going down and my anger is going up, in that case, I stop all communication to everybody, because I don't want to say or write something that will make me regret in the future. The guilty feelings, I don't want to deal with them anymore. So I try not to show my ugly face or the bad side of me to people, but I do have inside of me. Okay, so I was talking about my health. What happened before that, I was talking about my marriage, and I don't know if you remember it or not, that I told you I took a 13-year break before taking the plunge again. Taking the plunge means getting married again, and I had no intention of getting married, because at that time I had lots of girlfriends, lots of women friends, and I was cool. It was no problem for me. I was having the best time, having a blast during these 13 years. But what happened eventually, see, our family is a very small family. I have a younger brother who lives abroad, and me, I take care of. I told you before, in case if you don't remember, I believe this is the time for me to take care of my parents, because they're so old. So who's going to take care of them? If I don't take care of them, who's going to take care of them? And do you know the word called karma? Karma means if you do good, someday you will get a good return. You can say, nobody can say when it will happen, but it will happen. If you do good, good things will come to you. On the other hand, if you constantly do bad things to people, to environment, to your loved ones, you are the one who will suffer. So I believe in karma, and I think this is the time, because I intend to live long, and if I can live up to 85 or 90 years, then I have a son and a daughter. My daughter doesn't speak to me because she's from a first wife, and she thinks all this divorce and everything is my fault. So I think she's living in a delusional world right now. She thinks her dad like hates her, which is not true, by the way. I don't hate her. I think when couples fight, they should leave their children out of the fight, because it's between you and me. It's not the children who should suffer. But when you're in a situation that you're the husband and you have a wife and you have a toddler, the mothers always get the priority, and I do understand that. After all, I'm a guy. I don't know how to raise a kid. I have no idea how to take care of them. So here's the thing. My daughter, she's 21. She doesn't speak to me. And I understand that. Maybe someday she will return, or maybe not. I don't care. But the good thing is, when I got married second time, after 13 years of break, I started to look for women who wants to marry me. My mother was looking also, because we needed someone who will fit in our family. So we have to scrutinize and leave these things out. Okay, that person should have this in her family. She should have this characteristics. And my current wife, I chose her very carefully, so that what happened before doesn't happen again. And we are married for 5 years, and we got a 3.5-year-old son. And oh my God, you should have seen my son. He is he's a goddamn genius. He's only 3 years old, but he can speak and understand 3 languages, which is one of my native language, which is Bangla, and he can understand and form a grammatically correct English sentence. And for the third language, I chose Spanish, so I'm teaching him Spanish also. The reason for Spanish is, as you may or may not know, the Spanish language is the second most language used in this world. So now the population of the world is around 8 billion. So when my son grows up, like after 20 years or so, it's gonna be enormous competition. And those children who are not trained properly from the very early part of their life, they will be left behind. And I can't let my son to have that kind of life. So I started early. No, he's not going to any school or anything. Well, if you call it school, then you may call it homeschool. And I'm the teacher. I'm his teacher. So I'm going to train him in a way that he won't even understand that he's learning. But he is learning. That is the trick. Our parents or their parents didn't know that how to get educated. What is the secret? There is no secret. The secret is you have to start like real early, and you have to find interest in your subject. When it comes to learning, you have to learn like, okay, like for take it from me, I always study, although I don't have I don't need to. This is a part of my mental health, so that I can be cool with people, speak to them, speak to anybody, and whatever. So I was talking about raising a child. I might not know how to raise a child like 100%, but I know how to educate educate a child. Well, in this case, my own child. And the language barrier, well, he's growing up here. Like, for example, my daughter, she grew up in the States, so she speaks pretty good English. I mean, English is not a problem for her. But if you are growing up in a country where the native language is different than English, then you have to start real early to become fluent. If you start at the age of 10 or 12, chances are you will never get what you want. So even though if you can get what you want, you can train your child, right? And when you see your baby boy or baby girl as a successful human being in the future, where everybody is like struggling because of so many things, these lessons will give your son or your daughter the edge they deserve to get advanced in life. See, we have to face our day-to-day obstacles every day, and we have to teach our children how to manage those obstacles, how to manage their anger, how to manage their depression. Trust me, little children get depressed too. All they need is love. So if you are a father or a mother of a child, just love them. That's what they need. When it comes to training process, invent your own. I'm not going to share how I'm training my 3-year-old toddler, but he's responding, and I'm very happy for him. I wish him a very good life, although I might not live to see what life is living. So actually I want to talk about my health a little bit, but I can see that it's 21 minutes and I got 2 minutes left. So I'm going to touch on that subject tomorrow. It has to do with my certain sickness, certain illness. You know, human life are not easy. We had to deal with a lot of stuff: poverty, education, mental trauma, accidents, sickness. But we have to, these are normal part of life, but you need to learn how to overcome these obstacles. Otherwise, your life will be in ruins, and the age of 35, you will wonder, what have I done wrong? So start early. That's the main, what should I say? That's the key to that's the key to the success. I'm not saying that if some person a little bit late, he will not be succeed in life. But at this point, when the world's combined population is 8 billion, we have to be careful about our children, because I'm guessing in next 20 years, maybe the population will be over 10 billion, maybe. I don't know. I have to check the speculation, what the scientists say. So I got only 3 seconds left. And okay, my time's up, so let me just catch my breath here and just recap what we discussed today. We discussed today about marriage, children, how to raise children, why it's important, how to deal with obstacles. Now, I didn't actually I didn't go that deep when it comes to solving problems. But one thing I can say that let's just stick to education at this point, because I don't know, there's somebody in the rooftop and I love to be alone when I speak. So just start early. Do not waste any single time. Do not waste any single time. Just remember that the other things will follow. So this is it for today. This is FF signing off. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye and God bless.